Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, meaning that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, what was going on in your life, if it's been a while since I posted this, that would give you more information, possibly to empower you now. We are going to start with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is talking about the dark night of the soul. This energy, the Hermit is, it's after the dark night of the soul is when you've been through the ringer and you're like tired and you want some you want to have some guidance from the Most High, basically. So the Hermit climbs up to the top of the mountain to isolate himself, to connect with God, meditate and pray. And when his lantern is full of the light of the North Star, the North Star actually represents your guiding light for staying on your destined path. Then his rod lights up, and he is then ready to take action and come down from the mountain. So you don't have to actually climb a mountain. I'm just going to check the positioning of my camera here. There we go. Because I was doing a different kind of reading before this, so I wanted to make sure you will be able to see this. We have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups energy is talking about some sort of communication coming in. The knights would travel far and wide through the kingdom to deliver communication back and forth. In the old days, that was the only long-distance communication choice. Nowadays, we have so many ways that we could deliver communication. So this could talk about a phone call, a text message, possibly a letter in the mail, maybe documents coming in. This could represent the energy of someone who is wanting to, this knight is the knight in shining armor. So it's someone who's wanting to ask someone out, or possibly even propose if you've already been in a relationship for a while. And so this energy could be in person, but you might also see a message on the, on social media, or an event that's advertised there. Go to the event and run into someone, and then you meet them and whoa, you hit it off kind of energy. This also can talk about at the top of the pyramid. It's good to keep in touch with what's going on in the news at the top of the pyramid, because whatever's going on at the top with the leaders of the countries, etc., that is trickling down to the energy below. And we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is representing being in a position of learning about the give and take of life. This sometimes can represent breadcrumbing energy, but here this person has, he has 6 pentacles, and he's willing to give some to charity. Now that's my cat Stella. She just woke up and realized I'm doing a reading, and she was going to come up here, but she's decided to eat her chicken instead. So the Six of Cups is whether or not you want to invest in someone or not. It's talking about the give and take. So this person he's giving coins to because his discernment says, hey, this person actually could use this money and be, would actually use it to benefit themselves. Whereas this person already has something in his pocket in the back there. So he has the scales of justice over this person's head, representing that he doesn't feel like he's going to give him money because he already has what he needs to get going. And so he's using his discernment. And so this is talking about, in life we have to learn how much of our time, money, and energy we are going to give and invest in others, and who we're going to do that with and for what reason. And then we want to know if we have, anticipate a return coming in, is it a fair exchange of energy? And we have the King of Wands coming in, and the King of Wands is the sexiest king in the deck. He is considered to be a visionary. someone that has a really good personality, outgoing, likes to enjoy the new. His element is the element of fire. And so this is represented by his wand, which is made of wood. Wood fuels fire. This also represents like a tree, so the deep roots of the ancestors and also the offshoots coming in from the descendants. And the King of Wands is someone that he's very charming, and he's considered to be someone that's a lot of fun to be with, and optimistic in life. We have the energy of the the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. So this is saying you have the partner who loves you, and you love them, and you love your children, and where you live, and your career. So we are probably never going to get an absolutely perfect world, but this is saying you're going to get very close as you can in a perfectly imperfect world. We do have the this card of the shift disturber coming through. So right after this perfectly perfect world is so this is a walking contradiction. So he is, he's looking over his shoulder at the past. He's got two swords planted this way. He's carrying these 5. He's not watching where he's going, but he's moving forward. And he's acting really sneaky. He's on his tiptoes, yet it's broad daylight. So if he's a thief, he's not a thief in the night. But he might be someone who is, white collar crime, that kind of energy. We can't really figure out what he's doing because like his energy is so incongruent. And what makes me nervous the most about him is that the way he's carrying these swords, like who carries swords like that? Like that's so dangerous. If he trips and he's not looking where he's going, he could trip very easily. He could, lose body parts here. So this is just, what is he doing and why is he doing it? If you are involved with this person, any contracts or anything like that, you want to make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, have a lawyer look it over kind of energy. It can, as I said, it can represent white collar crime or just someone who's really goofy. And then we have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands energy is talking about she's also like, this could be a couple. It's seen that they're coming into the reading in the same reading, in the same line. And maybe this is the ultimate fulfillment. Now, I don't know what this energy is doing in the middle. It's kind of interesting. So we do have the Queen of Wands, and she is also considered like very sexy, one of the sexiest queens. She's a natural beauty. Optimistic also, that's represented by the sunflower. The sunflower follows the sun. So, and this is saying like she likes to do what makes her happy. This veil and behind her is representing the thin veil between the spiritual and the physical world, and using your logic and your intuition. So she can come up with creative solutions and is very good at that. And that's probably a big part of why she's so happy. She has this little black cat. And this black cat, a lot of people wouldn't want a black cat because they're superstitious that they're bad luck. She doesn't believe in that shift. She's like, nah, this cat is awesome. Now, interestingly, the King of Wands, when you look on the back of his throne here, you'll see there's these salamanders in a circle, and there's the lion there. And there's also a little salamander running here. This is protection from fire. But when I looked at this energy one time, about a couple months ago, I couldn't help but notice that it looked like there's a face on the back of his throne. And so all of the face cards, the royal cards, have these salamanders in the circle, the knights, the pages, and the king, but the queen doesn't. So this, I noticed like there's 2 eyes, and it looks like a mustache with smoke, and then the smoke coming out. And one thing about the King of Wands, he is considered to be very sexy. He's the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. He's very charismatic, and charming, so you could forgive him for almost anything. But this energy behind him, sometimes this could just mean like it looks like someone's smoking something, and it could just represent that he's smoking hot. Or it could say where there's smoke, there's fire. So sometimes with the king, he's such a visionary and he's looking into the future that he tends to, it tends to affect his romantic life. So he's kind of the last to kind of settle down, and he's known for playing the field because he can. And the queen, what's really interesting is she doesn't have those, she's the only one of the royal cards here, the face cards, that doesn't have that protection. And the reason she doesn't need protection is because she doesn't need protection from the fire. She commands it. So this is saying that she sets the tone between the two of them. It's really interesting because this could say where there's smoke, there's fire. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a reason why this shift disturber is in between them and their happiness. It's kind of interesting energy, because this card can also represent the 7-year itch. And the 7-year itch is when it's a phenomena that happens. And apparently people who get divorced usually do it in the first year of marriage, if you can imagine, or they wait until about the 7th or 8th year, and it's called the 7-year itch. And this phenomena, it's like documented, like statistically, it's very high. But it's what's really interesting, it also shows up when people are purchasing homes or that kind of energy, or even running a business. Like after 7 years, they just don't want it anymore. And people have, it's really common for people to sell their house after 7 years, or to sell their business. Like they just don't want to do it anymore. It could be totally successful and they're off. So maybe the king, he's got his back to her and the happiness. So maybe he's tired of the Queen of Wands. Who knows here? There's some sort of sneaky energy here. We'll keep going though. And then we have this energy also of someone taking stock of their pentacles. Interesting. So there seems to be like this person, he's looking at the 6 pentacles here that he has here, and he's thinking, I've invested these 6 pentacles, and he's used to being successful. I mean, 7 pentacles is a lot of, it's a fair amount of money. It's nothing to sneeze at. But he's like, I invested all this, and this is all I've managed to get out of it is 1 pentacle. There's something wrong here. Like, am I doing something wrong? Should I give this project up? Should I start a new project and just say, just leave this one alone? I can't understand what happened to my pentacles. And the queen is kind of looking over that way. So I don't know, there's something going on here that's just a little bit different in the energy. We'll see. We don't want to jump to any conclusions. Oh, look at that. So we have this 3 of Cups energy. So the 3 of Cups is talking about a celebration. And a lot of readers read this card as it's a celebration. But I can't help but notice in this card that it usually ends up this way, that it's kind of a different card, because there is a celebration, but they're not looking at each other when they're toasting at all. They're celebrating something that happened, not each other. And so this energy is talking about, hey, we're celebrating because something happened, or an event, or some sort of energy like that. And in a lot of cultures, particularly in Europe, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, they'll freak out on you, because they have a superstition there, and they take it quite seriously, that if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it causes 7 years of bad luck for them and you. And so they will, point that out. And what I find, the cups quite often do represent romantic love. I mean, they could just represent love of someone or something, but usually people that are intimate, like, or friends or whatever, look at each other. And so I just find this kind of, sometimes I feel like this card is more like gossip and slander, and kind of like congratulations for something that's happened, not so much congratulating something that's, between them. And it's sitting here on this energy with these pentacles missing, with the queen here. And so I'm wondering, like, sometimes this energy can represent the third party energy when there's a romantic you know, like a couple, and then there's a third party. And sometimes this can represent it's someone that you know, like that kind of energy. So it's sitting here on the Queen of Wands and on some missing pentacles. And there's this sneaky energy in between, and this like this ultimate fulfillment. And the king is looking away from all of this. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's keep going. We have many opportunities here. So each of these cups represents a gift. And I find, like, I just feel like, you know, this king, he and the queen, either or of them, are really sexy. And they're like, you know, there could be someone like that's, you know, they're very charismatic. And maybe they're not getting along. And this is talking about, like, there's 7 cups here on this sneaky energy here. And these are normally gifts and opportunities. This is like you're a black hole and you're sucking in this energy of all these opportunities. Each of these cups has a different gift in it, and it can be talking about being spoiled for choice. So sometimes this energy could mean, like, if you're like a black hole, you're the center of your universe, and so you have to put your own spin on these. And so they can be like challenges and possibilities disguised as challenges. And so this energy could be, you know, when you have too many choices and you make the wrong one, or some sort of energy around that. So, you know, this could be talking like playing the field, and maybe, you know, one or the other, or something's happened here. It's just a weird energy to have him facing this way and having this person, like, he's staring at this person that's giving away these 6 pentacles, you know? I don't know. It's really interesting, and this is about information coming in about a romantic or something about someone's love life. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Interesting. So the Queen of Pentacles is representing, you know, she is her element is the element of earth, and so the Queen of Pentacles is known to be very resourceful. She can make something out of nothing. So she also understands this is old money. So this can represent generational wealth, like a legacy that's passed down from your children to your children's children. And it's kind of interesting because she prefers quality over quantity. And what is she doing here now? Like, what's this about? We still don't know. We'll find out, though. It's been a dark night of the soul, and someone has gone to isolate. The king looks like he's the one who's the least engaged at this time. But we have this sneaky energy. Was there some sort of an affair here? And it involved not just, you know, sneaking off like as a couple of a third party, but also there's some pentacles missing. And is it the pentacles are missing from the queen, or are these 2 different people, or is this representing someone who is the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles? Like, sometimes when they come in like this, they could be one person showing these 2 qualities. We'll keep going here. Ooh, there's a tower for sure. Wow, look at this. And the tower is on the tower is on the King of Wands, and there's this like ultimate happiness on the tower here, and it has to do with this money. Wow. And then there's this sneaky energy, all these opportunities, the Queen of Wands, and people celebrating now and missing. So the tower represents some sort of energy, like that the universe may have been telling you something like, hey, there's some energy coming in here that you really need to take a look at. And at first it's a whisper, but you don't pay attention. So then the universe gets out the frying pan and hits you over the head with it. And you're like, ouch, that hurt. But you still don't do anything about it. You don't want to look at it. And then the 2x4, no. So then lightning has to hit the tower. And just the fact that this is sitting on the King of Wands, and this ultimate happiness energy, and it's like a explosion. And you look at the anatomy here, I just feel like this is representing there was some sort of third-party energy here, maybe some sort of cheating in the relationship or something, sneaking around, something was going on. And it also representing some pentacles. because it's just too much for this to be on here. So this is saying that when the tower hits, it's like, bang, now you can't ignore this. The king has to, seeing it sitting on him, it's either his energy that's caused this, or he has found out some information. Now, this at the very beginning is talking like, normally this would be a proposal or something, but now the way I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, there's something going on in the love life, and it's got to do with these pentacles that have gone missing, because look at, someone's giving them to someone else kind of energy. And is it that, like, so someone, I feel like there's definitely some infidelity here or something going on. Yeah, and then there's walking away, and look at that, like this is the 8 of Cups. So it's almost like the king is walking away from this relationship. Now, you see how these 5 cups are lined up? This is talking like 8 of Cups is like, there's only 10. So this is after putting a lot of energy into a relationship, walking away from it because it's not working out after this reality check comes. And it's interesting because it's the king that has his back turned to both both these queens. And it's this energy that's sitting on this queen here, and the sneaky energy here. I feel like it could be like, normally I would, like the first obvious suspect would be the king. But I feel like this could say the king, you might represent this King of Wands energy, and you're walking away from a relationship. And look at, it's after the 7th year. And either it's because you were involved in a third-party relationship, or the queen was involved and you're walking away from her. Either she's walking away from you or you're walking away from her. That's the energy. Interesting. And there's some money missing. And then there's this sneaky energy in the background there that's coming in between them and their happiness. Wow. And then now that I feel this is actually the king, this is saying now that he knows what he knows, he is standing on his conviction, and he's going to protect what's his, basically. This is someone who he knows what he knows, and he has conviction beyond a doubt the step that he's going to take now. And this is talking about walking away. And look at how there's like 5 cups and then 2, you know, that's that 7-year itch energy in between the 7 and the 8th cup. Interesting. And we just had that eclipse season back in the February 17th and on March 3rd. And eclipses sometimes can cause, like if there's problems in a relationship like that, it can cause that energy. And I just find that because the queen here is like this 7 different opportunities, and this guy has 7 swords here. Interesting. So this is talking also now about 7 actions that were taken. And the energy is that you know what you know, you have conviction beyond a doubt, you're going to stand up for what's yours and fight for what went missing here. This is standing on higher ground, but you notice this person has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. Why was he in such a hurry? Was he sneaking around? Is that the kind of energy? Who is this? Is this the king or is this the queen? You know, that all of the figures in the tarot are actually archetypes. So the queen could be a male in his feminine energy, and the king could be a female in her masculine energy. But usually when they're together, they would be like the sexes that as represented. Wow. And then we have the 9 of Cups. So this is everything that you've ever wished for. And this is very public. So I feel like this is saying that what you thought you had was what you always wished for, but I feel this is sitting on the king's energy. He thought he had this ultimate happiness in this relationship, but there was some sort of sneaky energy going on, and in broad daylight, kind of like it's implying that it would be someone he knows, which is quite often this energy here. So this is, he might be a public figure, someone that like, well, he's a king, you know, but I mean, the kings represent an energy in the tarot, but this could be someone who, it's like he's on a stage and he's highly favored to get to have this love in his life, because look at, like, he's the sexiest king, and he's a king, and he's a visionary, and people like his energy and all that. But he sure does have his back on these two queens here, and there's money missing, and the happiness and the sneaky. Well, interesting energy. So this is talking about he's highly favored to get what he wants, but he doesn't have it yet. And this is talking also, like, the body language here is talking about leaking energy. Like when your feet are turned out like that, it's about leaking energy from your base chakra. So I don't know. And there's an infinity symbol here. It's almost like infinite potential here. So, you know, this is talking, these Nine of Cups, were they in the past? Are they above his head in the future? Or are they forward and he's sitting behind them? It's hard for us to tell. But this is basically saying that if you're in this position where you're highly favored to win, you need to keep your focus. Somebody's focus went off here. And the focus could be because, you know, he is having this issue. There's an issue here. That's for sure. And like one person's very surprised here, and the other person one person is totally shocked. They didn't expect this to happen, and the other one's kind of like, oh, I kind of thought this was going to happen. You know, and then look at this. We have an Ace of Cups coming in here. Interesting. I feel like this has happened. And now maybe the truth is coming out about what was going on. And maybe this is a gift from the divine. So if this was like a relationship that was supposed to be like a relationship that was ordained by God, why is it so off kilter? Like, what's going on? Maybe there's just a bunch of gossip that his queen was in this energy and she really wasn't. So we don't know for sure. It could say that that this went on and now he's recovering from it after the reality check, and then he moves on and leaves the relationship, and there's conviction beyond a doubt that he's going to get what he wants, and if he's ready for a new relationship here. It could be that kind of energy. Let's keep going and see. We have judgment being called on this whole situation. So judgment is coming in from the spiritual realm down to the physical, and the ancestors are literally cheering. They're coming out of their box, which represents sometimes skeletons coming out of the closet, or I don't know, I'm getting almost like some sort of judgments being called on the family, basically. So this is, yes, sometimes skeletons in the closet. I don't know, like this energy, I've never, like, it's just kind of very different how this comes out. Like he could have had a dark night of the soul and gone inward and prayed and meditated because he heard that his partner, this could be his wife, because they're, you know, a couple here, but there's someone that was in between their happiness here. Interesting. So anyway, judgment is being called, and so I'm sure we'll figure it out here, what's going on. And this is talking about the star energy. This is a very different reading because it's talking also about the soul's needs. So this is talking about when the star card comes out, it's talking about someone being innocent. And so it could be talking about this energy of the queen, that maybe he left her or something, walked away from the relationship because of what he heard about her, that maybe she was like loose kind of energy, like dangerous, like didn't care about her health, didn't, you know, that kind of energy. You know, like the S word. I don't want to say, but it's like someone who's loose. That kind of energy. And so, yeah, like it could be he was going to have a relationship with her, but then he chose not to because of what he heard, the gossip and that. Interesting. So this is the North Star energy. Maybe now judgment's been called and he's found out that no, she's been like, she's innocent. She's been busy working, you know, and that this slander and that has really hurt her reputation and her money coming in. Maybe he's investigating this energy. Maybe that's what's, yeah. Maybe he ended up with someone else because of all the slander or something. I'm not sure. Like, it's very different energy. Someone's juggling for sure. And so this card is talking about a lot of multitasking, busyness. And I feel like it's busy tongue sitting on this energy here. And it's so interesting because we do have that new moon coming up on the 17th, and it's moving into the sign of Aries from Pisces. And it's interesting because that energy is talking about being much more assertive in being yourself. And the Pisces energy was more like dreamy and whatever. So this is talking about multitasking, and it can talk about being careful that you don't multitask so much that you end up gaining so much momentum that you're just being busy for the sake of being busy. But this card can also talk about money being, juggled. And it can also talk about, two extremes. And so this can talk about your home life and your business life, or, maybe you have two jobs and you're, having to juggle between that energy, or possibly maybe the energy of going to school and also juggling at the same time. So basically, I just feel like I feel there was a lot of gossip about something going on here. So there's something going on here. Sometimes, and this card can represent also, don't juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And it's talking about this energy, and it just happens to be 7 swords, 7 cups, 7 actions taken. Is this all actions that were taken against the queen, and it affected her money because of the gossip that was going on? And maybe, but it's interesting because he's got his back turned to this energy here. So maybe this is about the Queen of Pentacles energy, and this was about the Queen of Wands. So this could have been his partner, I feel like, and the Queen of Pentacles is a different queen. And whatever happened here somehow affected her pentacles. Some sort of energy. So maybe something that she loved to do, and there's some sort of weird energy here. Something's not right. The information. And look at this. We have someone here who's carrying a very heavy load, and it's sitting on this energy of the Queen of Wands again here, and in between this energy. But this feels like this is on the star energy, someone that's following their destined path. They're, they're putting their special qualities and doing and working. I feel like they've been working hard. This represents their burdens. And sometimes this energy can represent, like, this is a heavy load to bear. And it feels like this is sitting on this energy here of the opportunities missed possibly by the star energy because someone was juggling their morals in some way. This card can represent carrying other people's burdens for them, like or other people causing burdens for someone. So this person is almost home, and they've been working, they've been planting seeds and working hard to bring like planting these seeds and then having them grow and bringing their harvest in. And it's a heavy load. And sometimes it can be heavy because of the fruit of their labor is heavy and there's a lot of fruit there. And sometimes it can be because they're carrying someone else's burdens for them. And so what this card is saying is keep on going. Don't give up now, no matter what. So this energy, I don't know. There's something weird going on here. This is talking about at this point, if you're carrying anyone else's burdens and you know you're doing it, you need to put them down. You need to phone them up and say, I left them in the field. Come and pick up your burdens. I'm not carrying them for you anymore. He's almost home and he can't see it because, and this is talking about, there's a saying, can't see the forest due to the trees. And that's talking about when you get so absorbed in the details of a situation that you don't see the big picture. And it's also saying, again, don't quit, keep your focus. Then there's this balanced energy here. So this is someone, this is talking about someone going wanting to see a different perspective of the situation. So the hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge upside down, and he is trying to gain a different perspective. And when his aura gets really bright, then it's like, okay, I'm going to come down from the tree. This is very similar to this energy, but a little bit less intense. This is just someone, okay, I need to look at this from a different angle, clearly. If I put the burdens down, then how do I feel? That's the kind of energy I'm feeling here. And it's talking, because this is sitting on the Queen, and the Judgment is here. I feel the Queen of Pentacles is definitely the one who's in the star energy and has been following her path. And maybe this energy is involved with the King, but had something to do with gossip and slander about the Queen of Pentacles. And that's why, and this energy has caused the Queen of Pentacles to be in this place where she had to walk away from something that she loves to do, standing up for herself as best she can. And, this could be some public, like it's known. It could be like, this could represent an energy, like people are talking about it. It's quite public now at this point. And it's talking about this judgment on this tower coming in because of this energy coming in here. Really, really different energy. I'm still trying to grab a hold of this. It feels like, okay, so this is talking about having to turn their back. This is talking about the Queen here. Now, the Queen of Pentacles should have generational wealth. She's someone that should have, it's a legacy she can pass down to her children. But if there's been a shortfall here, maybe the shortfall was because of the gossip started by the Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands has heard about this energy, and it's caused a rift between them. I don't know why, but it's some sort of, like really shifty energy. I don't like it. It feels really icky. This is talking about having a strong foundation after all this happened, that she's still, it's talking about, being sold short or selling yourself short, having to turn your back on the city, leaving your comfort zone to be able to move forward. And this is talking about, safe money. And this is talking about going after your heart's desires and then your crowning glory. This is saying sometimes it can represent an energy of selling yourself short or playing small and not grabbing onto opportunities, or maybe not being able to because of carrying these burdens of this gossip and slander energy. And this is like a concerted effort here if that's the case. And maybe this is a side that the King of Wands hasn't seen from the Queen of Wands before. And it's really turned him off, like that, that kind of energy. Let's keep going. So, but it's talking about victory here after the burdens get put down. So this is talking about someone who's been able to rein in their emotions. And because of that, they're coming out of it victorious and a leader. So maybe this energy here is not, maybe they aren't a couple at all. And that he was maybe thinking about asking her out, but then because of this sneaky energy, he didn't. And so this could be, again, the same person again, and they're victorious now, despite everything that's happened here. They came out of it and they were able to at least have enough of a foundation to be able to come back from the energy and victorious. And it's almost like the people here now are saying, okay, we have to agree now. This person is a leader. They were able to rein in their emotions. They've showed leadership skills. Even if it's begrudging, we have to give them credit for that and say, okay, like they deserve whatever they're getting. And then we have this information coming in from the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is representing the energy communication regarding a lot of money. Interesting. So this is the slowest moving knight out of all the knights in the deck. This energy is talking about The Knight of Pentacles is talking about someone who takes their time, and so it takes forever to get the information. But when the information comes in, it's a solid offer. It's something that you can grab a hold of, and it generally could be like a lot of Pentacles energy. And then it's marriage following. So maybe this is just maybe this is an energy of saying this king was interested in someone, and then they heard a bunch of gossip and slander, so they decided, no, I'm not getting involved in this, and now they found out that it was all untrue energy. And so now they're back to wanting to have an offer. Interesting. And maybe they have some information regarding the missing pentacles that this person is experiencing and wants to let them know. This is the card of marriage, so it's representing, that beginning of the ultimate fulfillment, that kind of energy. And look at, this is the competition. Immature competition. This is Mean Girls. If they want something and they're not the winner, they'll do anything to win kind of energy. Interesting. This is talking, I'm going to keep going and this is talking about unconditional love. This can also be talking about the maternal line. This could represent family was involved as well. The Queen of Wands or Queen of Cups represents someone that you would marry. Like in a traditional marriage, that kind of energy. She's got this trophy on her lap. It's a cup of love, but it has a lid on it, and it's saying that she's a container of love. This is someone that would be very kind and someone you would, want to have children with, that kind of energy. But really on the traditional side, and sometimes this can represent the maternal line. And when it's sitting on this card, you think about narcissistic cheerleaders at a competition. And they can see the other team won, but they want the trophy. And so they'll do anything to win. And if they don't succeed, their mothers will make sure they do. So maybe there was some competition for this king, and there was a bunch of slander. And so he didn't ask someone out, and it never happened. But now he found out it was all a bunch of slander, and now this person's emerging as someone that this didn't go to. So now he's thinking, okay, now I'm going to ask her out again. I don't know. This is a very weird energy. This is about being in a mental prison, like really getting caught up in the thoughts and the emotion of it. So this is feeling duty bound and not being able to do what you want to do a lot of the time, or having to do something that you don't want to have to do. Very interesting. I can't really get a good grip on this reading as of yet. I'm going to have to clarify it, and then maybe we'll have some more information. It's talking definitely about some sort of energy, and whether or not, and this is several different ways, but I feel like this energy has someone feeling duty bound, and they didn't want to see the truth because they didn't believe that someone that they cared about would be this kind of devious, like that, what they would cause this big mess. It feels like it's a lot of energy. This is someone who's been trapped in a mental prison because of not being able to move forward, because they feel duty bound to staying where they're at. Also, they can't see the full picture, but they have the right foot forward, so they're on dry land now. And but they still have one foot in a puddle here, and that's the left foot. And that's talking about there could have been way more water here. And as this person worked through this energy, these thoughts that were coming through, they now have only one left, and they're ready to cut themselves free from this situation of being duty bound to all of this energy. This could be the king's energy. It feels like this is one side and this is another side kind of energy. And there is no one else really coming in other than this queen and queen here. And this is the only king as well until we get up to the top here. And now we're talking about this coming in with a cup of love again. Or this could represent that maternal bloodline. So let's see. And this can also represent, because the swords represent your mental intelligence, your thoughts, the words you use, how you express yourself, that kind of energy. And so this could be the thoughts of being said behind this person's back, which kept them in this energy where they couldn't move forward. We do have the Ace of Pentacles at the top. The Ace of Pentacles comes in as a reward. So isn't that interesting? What a weird, different reading. I'm going to read it from the bottom to the top and back down again, because I'm trying to, I can see a bunch of different scenarios here, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense as of yet. So we've got the Knight of Cups coming in with it's about love. We know that much. Some information, communication coming in about love. There's this is conviction beyond a doubt, that you know what you know after you hear this information. This seems to be the King of Wands energy because it's sitting over here. We have like him sitting on this could be like a public, he might be a public figure. Well, if he's a king, that could be. And it looks like he's walked away from some sort of information when he heard something that he cares about. Now, we have the 7 swords, the 7, the gap here between the 7th and the 8th cup. We have 7 wands of action. We have 7 opportunities that were presented here, which is sometimes talking about that energy of spoiled for choice. And then we have this, whatever this energy is, it's victorious in the end. Someone comes out a leader after being through this hard, having to stand up for themselves. And then there's some information coming in about a lot of money and lifestyle. And it frees someone from this mental prison, and that's the reward at the top. It's not just a cup of love, it's also having a lifestyle, and it's because they stayed on their destined path. So this energy of staying on the destined path is again on this queen here, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups is representing love again, and this could be talking about family involvement down the maternal line, or it could also be talking just about wanting to offer this cup now again, a second time. Now that the information about Mean Girls has come in, and this person has put the burden down. And this is talking about the person who's victorious, that has been carrying this burden. And so I feel like this is talking about this energy of that has been injured by this gossip and slander kind of energy. And then this is talking about people were juggling their morals. People were celebrating the downfall of someone, basically, or some sort of energy around that, and the loss of pentacles. And this is representing, only God knows the truth in this one. This is a very different reading. It can be talking about several different scenarios here. So, I can't really get a total grip on this one. I do know definitely something came between them. So this energy could be like there's a lot of people involved in this situation, is one thing that I'm getting for sure. And it is involving the commitment, definitely some sort of commitment that the king was planning on making or had made, and then had pulled back on it. That because of this sneaky energy, this happiness, this fulfillment that he wanted. And it could be it could be between these two, and they could have already been a couple, or he wanted to be a couple with this person. It's hard to say, but if this is your reading, you would have a pretty good idea. I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want clarification. It's bugging me. It's really it's kind of like, why this reading at this time? It's kind of like, this is sort of a weird reading. It's like, what? Who cares? It's one couple. But I don't feel that it is just one couple. I feel this is talking about quite a big situation here that's going to affect a lot of people for some reason. So we're going to keep going and clarify. I'm going to use Tales from the Vector, which is my oracle. And I started this back in 2007. In 2020, I completed 64 paintings. And so now I am just working on getting it out there, but I'm putting the information together, and I have a lot written. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. And so this energy, the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery. on in my website. I will, in the description box below, put them there. So this is talking about an end of the cycle. So whatever is happening here, definitely it ends here, and the reward is being given, and it's for staying on destined path. And this would be the star energy, the North Star. This is a reward for being on sticking to your path no matter what. This is the Empress energy. So because we have 3 queens here, this could represent the energy of someone who's at pre-Empress energy, and because of everything that's happened, they are now pretty much an Empress coming close, which is the only queen missing is the one, is the Queen of Swords. I had another reader, though, that I really respect, and one time he said that if there's 3 queens in a reading, sometimes it does represent a lot of gossip. And there's a number 3 here. So we'll keep going. There's justice coming in for the situation for sure with the judgment. This is talking about following the guiding star. So this is talking about someone who was on their destined path and somehow got caught up in this energy that maybe didn't even belong to them or whatever. It just feels like it's kind of out of the blue. And we have the shooting star energy. So this is about having to have a really good attitude through it to get through it. This is like wishing upon a star, and then because you have a good attitude, and it's talking about this energy here. So let's keep going here. We have the anger coming in, which is a karmic space. And this is sitting right. So the Queen of Wands was angry about something, and it has to do with the loss of money and the sneaking around energy. So we have attachment. So this is talking about people being attached to the outcome, and this is talking about being attached to this information, the opportunities, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine kind of energy. Maybe the king and the queen had an argument here. We have the trauma queen, so there's a lot of drama. That's what I'm picking up, is there's a lot of drama about this star energy. And the star energy could be the Queen of Pentacles, and this is maybe happening, that there's something going on between these two, and they are a couple, and it has the sneaky energy here has ruined what he thought was a happy relationship, or what they thought was a happy relationship. I feel like, yeah, it's really different energy. The Pisces energy is talking about moving from, you know, like all those planets that moved into Aries. There's been like so many planets moved into the sign of Aries. And so a lot of, like Neptune, for instance, is the rules over Pisces, and it moved towards the end of February. It moved into the sign of Aries, and it's bringing in all this new energy and all this, like what used to work for the last 14 years is now in the sign of Aries, and it's all new, and things have to be done differently, and things are being found out, and we're seeing that being played out. This is talking about elevate and conquer energy. So the Scorpio energy, I just want to also say, when the horoscope signs come in on a reading like this, the energy, I'm not talking about individuals like a Scorpio did it or a Pisces did it. It could be true for you, use your intuition, but I'm talking about the different signs, and basically what do they represent. And so this Pisces energy is representing an authority figure on this cup of love, and it's talking about using your intuition to get to the truth of the matter of something. Interesting. And then the Scorpio energy is the sexual gladiator, and this is about being able to elevate people and unite them, or to conquer. And so we have the High Priestess energy. It's saying you need to use your intuition, and this person did use their intuition and came out of this okay. I do feel that this is definitely the star energy because of this at the top. So the star energy might have been carrying, there might have been some drama that happened to this Queen of Pentacles energy. And it happened because of something to do with the King and the Queen of Wands energy. I don't know what that would be, you know, because it doesn't really seem to be related. The sneaky energy could be maybe I don't know though, maybe the king had an affair with Queen of Pentacles and then it was found out. It could be that kind of energy. It is saying use your intuition, because and then the Tower hits, and so the Tower is saying, the Tower is sitting on the marriage. So I feel like this energy is, they're a married couple. And there was some sort of infidelity, and maybe the Queen of Pentacles was blamed for it, but she really didn't have anything to do with the drama. She was just doing her thing, and maybe didn't even know about it. It's kind of weird energy, because I feel like then this energy is just so different. And this is talking like a second tower. Once this energy comes in and it's changing. Interesting. Interesting. So there's quite there is jealousy. I'd rather be better than bitter. This could represent, again, that energy of this competition, being jealous, and it creating a lot of burdens maybe for this star energy. And maybe they were just, it caused them a tower because of all the gossip. And maybe they really didn't even have it, like didn't know what it was about, kind of energy. Really, really, yeah, it's talking about the communication. Anal criticism versus analytical critique. So maybe people came to the conclusion, to some sort of conclusion about this energy, and they were incorrect. And the gossip and the slander and everything that was said caused this person to go through have a lot of burdens in their life. And maybe they didn't even know what it was about. It was behind their back. They didn't even know it was happening. Like, that's kind of weird. All they knew is they were missing some money. Kind of like really, really interesting. I do feel it definitely does have something to do with some public talk, you know. And this is usually like that, you know, someone wasn't wanting this energy here. It feels like they were trying to create a drama, because this energy was trying to create drama for the married couple, one or the other. And then we have the Cancer energy coming in, and this is talking about maybe light will be shed on this by the full moon, or the new moon coming up on the 17th. Because, and this is talking about really adolescent energy, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm finding this so weird. But I am getting, definitely, there was some gossip and slander that really caused a lot of problems for someone, like to a real bad extent. And maybe the king wasn't aware of it. When he found out, he wants justice, like for whatever, like he wants to know what the hell went on here, kind of energy. There was a bunch of people, and this could have been people involved, and they were talking about him, and they were talking about whatever this was, and it was all just a bunch of gossip. Can you imagine? And so it's caused a lot of problems, maybe because he's a public figure, maybe the Queen of Wands is a public figure, and maybe the Queen of Pentacles is a public figure. That kind of energy. Just like a bunch of, you know, nonsense that caused a bunch of drama, but it ended up being really, really, like, this is talking like a heavy burden for someone. They managed to come out of it victorious. Maybe this is talking about it caused a problem for all of them, you know. And like it caused like 2 towers here, you know. And look at the top, the last card is the Lovers. Huh. So jealousy amongst lovers for some reason. So if this is your reading, then you would understand maybe what's going on. And I'm also getting that the energy might come to light in the next little while here, because we're talking a lot about this new moon energy coming in. And this is about taking a step back from it. And I just feel like if God ordained this relationship here, down here, and again, and now has rewarded the lovers, what is that about? What, or maybe they became lovers now. Like, whatever this is about, I feel like it's it's going to be found out. And so maybe we'll hear about it in the news. I feel like it's one of those situations where it could be in the news kind of energy. Anyway, I mean, this isn't the most clear reading for me, but I'm getting it's not really supposed to be. It's talking a bunch of crazy energy. I think basically what this reading is saying, be careful what you're saying these days, because there's a lot of talk out there about a lot of people. And you don't want to ruin people's reputations and be slandering and spreading rumors about people unless you really know what it's about, because we have all this AI out here now. And, you can ruin people's reputations and you don't even know how much pain they might end up going through because of gossip that you spread about people. So be careful that you know what you're talking about if you're going to, talk about other people. Basically, that's the energy. That's a good lesson for all of us to learn. So I'm going to leave it at that as a lesson for us all to learn. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Give it a like and comment if you have. Comment below if this is no, I do know what this is about kind of energy. I would be interested to know. Sometimes I don't, if it's not, it's not that clear to me because I'm picking up a lot of different variations, but it might be very clear to you. Anyway, bye for now, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I'll be back with another daily reading tomorrow. Bye for now.